Now, what these blessings do, or when you go into really deep states of meditation, which is honestly really hard to do without the assistance of this incredible, powerful energy, is that this energy, first and foremost, it's multifaceted. The blessing acts as a blanket that disconnects your awareness from all the other awarenesses around you. Right, Guruji, I have my own way of saying it, and Guruji has his way of saying it. Guruji says, it brings in the well wishers into your life and it gets rid of the parasites. I say it brings in the people that are in alignment with your consciousness, that helps the progression of your consciousness. It gets rid of all the people that are infiltrating you on a vibrational level, that are bringing you down, that are rewiring your circuits and making you perceive life in one way because of association with those people. So this energy is acting as a layer of protection that's separating you from the rest of the world so that you can finally feel yourself. So many empaths and so many sensitive people, the problem with them, right, especially women, which are, you know, we're known to be sensitive. And that's what makes us great receivers to this energy, is our own sensitivity. But to be sensitive means you are receptive to both good and bad. So you'll see women, they'll go through a lot of mood swings, they'll go through a lot of ups and downs very quickly. Maybe they'll be unpredictable. It's because they're so sensitive, they pick up on things so quickly, which causes a disturbance in their being. And if they're not in tune with their own soul, right? Empaths, for the most part, are always in tune with things outside of themselves. They're always hyper focused on something, or they're always hyper focused on the problem. So they can never truly feel at home in their own being. They can never truly feel the peace of knowing their own soul and understand what their soul is telling them to do. And so these blessings, they kind of get rid of the rest of the interference from all the other auras of all the other 8 billion people on this planet. It brings you back into alignment, back in tune with your own spirit, which is why you go through that healing crisis that Guruji used to talk about. The pain of finally recognizing what's been going on and what you've been missing. And then on top of that, it's like that diamond, right? And those layers of ice around that diamond. Well, those layers of ice are those experiences that we have of life. So we have this perception that's been handed over to us, and then we have our own part in that, which is our own consciousness that we bring into this life, solidified by our own past experiences, by how we've handled those experiences, by what we've chosen to do or not do, by the thoughts we chose to think, the feelings we chose to feel, the traumas we've had, the happy moments we've had, all of those things, those experiences of life solidify into a singular, finite experience of self. And like what the neuroscientists said, that they have found in deep, deep states of meditation, when you're actually meditating, you enter a place of stillness within your mind and your being. They found that activates these theta, alpha, and gamma waves within the brain, which as a result, right, this ripple from that consciousness, that potent, infinite consciousness that ripples out into your mind and reorganizes your totality. It resynchronizes all the other parts of your brain. It aligns you with the subconscious. The unconscious and the subconscious and the conscious form an alignment. Your brain resets, right? This feeling that you have, because this stillness, right? There are qualities. I mean, not even qualities per se, but there is a truth in that stillness that, when expressed in a finite form, feels like joy, feels like bliss, feels like ecstasy. And these feelings, when you have a physical experience of them, like I said, that neurotransmitter pathway is bidirectional. So the neurotransmitters create our experience, but at the same time, our experiences create those neurotransmitters. So you go through this whole reset, this whole recalibration, where these experiences of ecstasy with union, with that infinite awareness of God, brings forth into your totality heightened levels of dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, anandamide, GABA, all these different neurotransmitters that promote well-being, happiness, peace, stillness of mind, relaxation, the expression of the Dharma, the expression of truth, the expression of God. These blessings help to melt away that ice around that diamond and return you to that stillness of infinite awareness and infinite potentiality. Where power is. You can't change your perception or change your life without access to power. And these blessings give you that power to be able to see and perceive life differently, to restructure your entire state of being so that you can finally see the path you're supposed to lead so that you can continue to grow and progress in consciousness, make real transformational work in your life instead of just reaping the benefits of a quick boost of energy, a quick boost of dopamine or serotonin. Every time you go back into that stillness, your mind is recalibrated. The old pathways, right? Those old bubbles, right? Those thoughts that confine the awareness with all that power into them, that power is released the moment you enter into stillness because the thought disappears. Now your mind has merged with this infinite awareness, this infinite potential, where this awareness has been released from its confinement. Because when you merge with divine and stillness, your sense of self disappears, which is the aspect of you where consciousness has been imbued and confined into. And every time you come back out of it, right, divine has blessed you with this incredible new awareness. And this new awareness, right, it's this new parameter of being where now instead of operating with these choices in your life or this understanding or this awareness or these experiences, right? Power, different levels of power contain different conditions of life, different conditions of experience. And so the more you increase that power and that awareness, the greater your experience of life in every degree.